together. How long had you been in a career search?
I left my last position December 1st, wanted to take sort of the holidays off. And, beginning of January is when really I said to myself that I would start looking. And then that's when I think I connected with you all through the network on Facebook and saw the invitation to the live event. At that point, that's what I decided, hey, I'm going to start.
What prompted you to say, hey, I think I need help with this?
Having worked for, the better part of 40 years of my life, I never really had to do a job search. I graduated from Notre Dame on a Navy scholarship, so went right into the Navy. And then when I decided to resign my commission twice, actually, I resigned my commission. I went through military recruiters that, set up job fairs and connected us with employers. And then when I decided to leave Ford, it was just a connection I had with someone who had interviewed with Intel, and that went really smoothly. And then when I decided to retire from Intel, looking at the company and looking at the role and whether or not it was going to be a good fit, which is why I wanted to this time really take some time to think things out. And like I told you, when I got my offer, that was the first thing I did is I picked up that piece of paper that I actually wrote it all down on, and I went through and hey, it pretty much hits all the marks that I was looking for. So it made it easy.
A lot of people, when they start this job search, they go to, hey, what's available online? And try to fit themselves into that. And I believe you got your opportunity because of our automated system connecting you with a position that wasn't even available. Is that correct? Or was it something else?
This was something else. This one actually was an online application. What happened was I went to the live event. I learned a lot. I wasn't still sure if I was going to enroll, but I learned a lot. It was the first I'd ever heard of ATS, this applicant tracking system, and what happens when you apply online. The next day, which was a day before my meeting with Derek, I just happened to see on LinkedIn this role available. And I said, well, I think my resume looks pretty good, but let me make some tweaks. And I put some words that in there in the professional summary, especially that I thought that they might be looking for. That's why I think it was because of that and what I had learned at the live session that got through that first screen. I think that was what was great about your program. It's a process because you're sort of modular. We were able to, within the first few days, I think we were still in the process of working my resume in LinkedIn, which you all did in like 2 days. So it was really fast.
And that whole controlling the process, which we talk about all the time, which is there's so many pitfalls, because you're going to meet with this person and it didn't work out. And now what do? I remember going through all of that as well. So what did you find most valuable about working together?
I think for me, it really was the daily or twice daily, really, coaching calls because it kept me going. It kept me doing things and kept me active. And I finally made the decision after I signed the official letter and I decided, okay, I'm going to stop. I couldn't believe how much time I had on my hands. I'm like, it really is a full-time job. It kept me going, plus listening to what others were going through and picking up sort of tips that way, and that sort of knowing that I'm not alone.
It's a lot of work because through automation and reaching out and leveraging networks, well, when calls come, you got to prepare for them. So what advice would you have someone who's considered working with us?
Do not cut yourself short, and you need to invest in yourself. And the initial call I had with Derek, he helped me understand that. Because the investment, your program is proven, and I believe I got my return on my investment. But I think people just need to not turn down something because they don't need help. And I know a lot of us who have been working for, 20 plus years think that, oh, I can do this. I can just jump right in. I know what I'm doing. You get out of practice. If you haven't looked for a job in over 20 years, you get out of practice. And it's a little different. 20 years ago, if you told me you need to take control of the interview, I would never have believed you, right? It's like certain questions that I know they have to get through, and then they'll give me an opportunity to ask a couple of questions at the end, but it doesn't work that way. I love what you guys teach and coach about the consultant approach. And digging into, what are the challenges in the company, the position, because that really enables you to kind of highlight your successes in the past in similar situations